And welcome back, my friends, to Front of House, the stereo music podcast that is delivered into your pair of left and right speakers every single Monday at patreon.com/front of house. Today, we're going to sit down and talk to one of the most interesting dudes I have met while being in Los Angeles and in the music scene. Guy's name is Brother Sal. Brother Sal's been performing in bars in LA since way before he could drink or even vote, and he's going to tell us some great stories coming up here in this episode. Before we get there, it's time for a little iPod shuffle. I got 23,496 songs on this iPod, and we're just going to shuffle through until we get to a song that, one, will be cleared and won't get the podcast blocked, two, a song that I really like, and three, a song that I think you will like. So here we go.
They kick ass. I want to hear
all right, well, this is Warrant. And we're not going to play Warrant, but this is their ode to Tipper Gore. Nice. We'll skip that. Pure Prairie League. We have to skip this one because they're too popular, but this is a good song. It's called Call Me, Tell Me. I don't know who this is. I like it, but we got to skip it because I can't truly give it the love it needs. One from Sunvolt. We got to pass Sunvolt. Ooh, yeah, I can't do this either. The Alan Parsons Project. It's called You Don't Believe, but we'll get flagged for this one, even though Alan is a dear friend. We'll skip this. Pink Floyd, Any Color You Like from the Dark Side of the Moon. We can't play this one. Of course, you know what this is, and you know that we can't play it. Allman Brothers, Crazy Love, can't play this one. Motley Crue.
Sounds fucking great tonight, man.
Yeah. Girls, Girls, Girls. That was Motley Crue. We can't do that one. We got to skip this. This one's Rusted Root. Can't play this. As much as I love Sade, cannot play Sade. Chili Peppers. Ooh, all right. This is Jason Spooner. It's called Mirror This Morning. We finally settled on a song, Front of House.
You looked at me and turned to feel a salt shaker. Even though it was your time to go, you left your favorite plant next to the coffee maker. How you stayed this long, I'll tell you when I know. All these walls are falling in on me, like the people that we used to know and the people that we used to be. Take me to the ocean by the waterside. We'll fade into the motion of the outgoing tide. Laughter is the thing I miss the most. I looked into the mirror this morning, could have sworn I saw a ghost. I've been here all along. 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 You still bring me coffee, even though I let you down. You don't call as often, but you worry when I'm not around. January's caving in on me. All those things I thought I needed are dropping like degrees. Take me to the ocean by the waterside. We'll fade into the motion of the outgoing tide. Laughter is the thing I miss the most. I looked into the mirror this morning, could have sworn I saw a ghost. I've been here all along. 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 But we can't change the things that we don't know. I think about the promises I couldn't make to you 5 years ago. I'm holding on, I'm hanging on, I'm moving on, I'm not moving on. I find myself avoiding the salt shaker, and every man must turn to face his mouse. I keep your favorite plant next to the coffee maker. It's the only living thing left in the house. I've been here all along, I've been here all along, I've been here all along, I've been here all along. I've been dead all along, I've been dead all along, I've been dead all along, I've been dead all along.
The artist is Jason Spooner. The song is called Mirror This Morning. That's what our shuffle landed on the iPod. From the record, The Flame You Follow, Jason Spooner. When people talk about Jasons in Americana, they most often talk about Jason Isbell. And credit where credit is due, Jason Isbell is a phenomenal singer-songwriter. But may I submit this other Jason Spooner, front of house. All right, it's time to get into the performance and interview with Brother Sal. You're going to love this. Quick apology, really quick. Sometimes when I record these shows, sometimes it sounds so good in the tracking room because of the monitors that I kind of forget to let the artist know that they really need to stay on the microphone because this needs to be tracked and produced in post. So apologies for the floor noise that you're going to hear in this interview. I gated it and EQ'd it the best I could, but I know you're going to love the music. Let's get to it. Brother Sal, front of house. Welcome back to another fine, fun stereo edition of Front of House, live at the North Hollywood Hideout in Los Angeles, California. Our guest today, and we are blessed, my friends, Brother Sal. Welcome to the program.
How are you, my man?
Excellent. Let's hear a song.
On this weary wooden walk, I spy this old fool's blue with his wool and a wily gait. He be wearing wretched old iron shoes. Well, he move but don't say much. There ain't no one really worth a talking to. And he told the world he's found the pearl he dances the devil into. On these streets of stone and shame, this blessed hag is a keeping score. She'll be turning all the berries down. They'll be waiting in a supper line for more. Well, she gonna cry till she die at 96. But her tears ain't gonna buy her the stove. She'll take the place of a wife. She'll breathe new life to the coming of the horseman for you.
Well, the way to hell is paved with good intent, so I intend to let my love light shine. And the deeper I get, a woman I must regret that I ever made a little girl mine, all mine. Well, I invite lightning to strike, and I'ma tell the reaper I collect when I'm old. Old St. Peter calling from his pearly gate, but I've been watching Dorothy on her golden road. We all crawl, then a walk, then die. And I've been on the sticks up in the cabin stove. And I learn, I turn, I ain't gonna burn up in the hellfire down below.
Well, goddamn. Brother Sal is our guest today, front of house. Man, welcome. I am very, very happy that you are here, brother.
Thanks, man. I appreciate you having me.
Quite a blend of finesse and force on those keys. That's a powerful song, but at times it needs a delicate touch, and you really hit the delicateness when it needs to be there. But you know, there's a lot of force in there. Do you think finesse and force might be like a good descriptor of who Brother Sal is?
Yeah, man. I mean, the song was written at the Grand Central Market in downtown Los Angeles.
Been there.
It's a great place. Been there forever. And I saw this bum on the street, and I was like thinking I wanted to write a song sort of about The Wizard of Oz or Dorothy or something. You know, I wanted to do something. I like the movie, and I've always loved the movie. And I see this guy walking, and he had these steely blue eyes, and they hadn't lost the light in them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They weren't dead. He was just walking. He was down on his luck. He was an old man, big long beard, sort of a wizard type. And so I just kind of like described his walk. We nodded at each other passing by, and I went into the market and didn't see him ever again, you know? But I just wanted his walk to be represented in that.
Right.
Which is what I did. That was the first lick of the song when I started writing it. And I write different ways. This one I wrote music before I had a lyric. I just knew what I was going with on that.
Now, if you're at Grand Central Market,
Yeah.
Are you writing it in your head?
No lyrics. Just
I mean,
the bounce
the
of
music.
Yeah, the music.
Okay.
And the guy's bounce and the guy's eyes. Basically, the name of the song is Iron Shoes, and that's how the guy looked like he was walking. Every step was torture. Every step was like he was picking up these shoes and putting them down. And so I knew, oh, it's a good idea, right? Then in my head, it started sounding Waitsy, Tom Waitsy.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So I was like, all right, let's go that way. But the whole thing about back to your original question, the whole thing about the music that we do that specifically moves me and then ultimately my band is dynamics. And if you have a range of emotions, high to low, like I do,
Right.
you try and pull from all of that space.
You display that in the waveform.
Right. So the first part of the song needs to be about the walk.
It's interesting.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, we're talking about transience.
Yeah.
And it's a song that was based on a transient walking.
That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah. But the story goes on, and it's like the second verse is about this old Asian lady I saw when I got into the market.
Okay.
Who basically, this was the great part of the day. There was some, Wall Street broker looking guy who walked past a vegetable or fruit stand or something like that and knocked over a pint of blueberries. Turned around, looked at it, and kept on walking. Kept on going. And this old Asian lady came out of nowhere, didn't work there, and picked them all up. Okay, this girl gets a verse. She gets a verse, you know what I mean? Because good for you. It's a daily, simple, let's live as human beings here, and that's what she did, you know what I mean? Still don't know what the song's really about. And I was dating a girl at the time who I didn't really like. I really had no great affinity for her. So I always loved to do that put that kind of thought into a bridge. Like, here's what my song's really about, but here's what happened in the rest of the day. Do you know what I mean? That's all it was.
Yeah.
And then I gave the last verse to Dorothy, man. And that was it. I went home and I wrote it 20 minutes or something like that. It was let's put that story, the second story, talk about this girl a little bit, and then I'll talk about Dorothy, and that's it. That was the whole song, man. But you need the dynamics of how I feel about each of those things.
Right.
And that's where you get the high and the low from it. You know what I mean?
That's
finesse and force. That's what you said.
It's finesse and force, absolutely. It's kind of a very artistic approach to songwriting, where the song is about, what's in the bridge. All the other stuff is just what's happened. But it all still lends itself in the same direction and creates a fantastic song.
Thank you. At some point, I heard some great writer say, tell them what you're really thinking in the bridge. I don't know if it was in an interview, but make the song about whatever you want to make it about, but be as honest as you can in the bridge for some reason. And I think the thing is, for songwriter to songwriter, the bridge is the part that's, if you have an A and a B section, A section being the verse, B section being the chorus, the bridge is the one part of the song that's always going to be different than everything else. Sometimes it's not, but a lot of times the bridge is, oh, what's that part? I want to lift this song, or I want to take it down a bit, you know what I mean?
Right.
And that's what I was thinking, essentially, you know what I mean? So I think the girl knows that I wrote it about her too. When I played it for her, she had a look in her eye like, oh, okay, I know what you're talking about here.
Did you break up soon after that?
No, we didn't.
Brother Sal is our guest here today, front of house. I'm enjoying this so far, loving the music. Let's hear another song, my brother.
Sure. This one is on a record I put out 10 years ago. And I will talk about it after, I suppose, but it's kind of a funny story, how it got written. Here we go. Of this thing I will tell. Say to him, baby, work your spell. The brother, work your spell. Of this thing I will tell. Said to him, my daddy knew me well. Came along, baby, played your song, and I will tell. A diamond ring, watch it shine. Mama, watch it shine. With this ring, baby, you be mine. I'm mine, I'm mine, I'm mine. Diamond ring, watch it shine. Take my vows, the daddy won't decline. Diamond ring, baby, watch it shine. Mama, you be mine. Baby cries in the night, sleeping star blind inside, baby blind inside. Baby cries in the night, forsake all before my little boy's plight. Baby cries up in the night. I'm blind inside. Through the years, I've watched him grow, baby, watch him grow. He played ball, then he kissed a girl, then he leave your home. Through the years, watch him grow. Life is fast and my death is slow. Through the years, baby, life is fast and the death is slow. I love this thing, baby, I will tell, mama, I will tell. Life is done, won't you take me well, Lord, take me well. Of this thing I will tell, Jesus saved my soul from hell. Of this thing I will tell, I will tell.
Yeah, man, tell me about that.
All right, so I had a buddy making a movie who asked for a couple songs years and years ago, and I had just got married, and I was going to be a father, and I wasn't playing shows. In fact, I was working a job, many jobs. I was working jobs doing something I'd never really done. I'd always just played music for money. And my buddy called and said, "Are you still writing songs? I got a couple songs I'd like you to write." And he goes, "Okay, here's what it is. I need sort of a song about like life to death in like 5 verses. Just think like one same melody over and over and over again." And I became a father, and I looked at my son, and I kind of said, "Why don't we just talk about this life? It's me, sort of, or whatnot." But with him, my firstborn, and so I wrote the song, and I sent it, like some demo version of it to him that I recorded, and he said, "Man, this is kind of dark." I was like, "You're the one who asked for life and death, so I put the death in it." He was like, "Well, I just wanted to like maybe get to the old man part," and I was like, "Nah, man, let's address it all. Life is death, it happens, it's part of it, or whatnot." And so he said, "All right, well, how are you thinking about it? Like, you play it kind of upbeat, but I would hear this song as slow, methodical, something that would be somber in tone." And I was like, "Nah, man, that's not life. Let's make it like a gospel choir. Let's make it like jump. Let's make it sound like a juke joint."
Yeah.
And he goes, "Why?" And I said, "That's the irony of the whole thing." Sorry about that.
All right.
That's the irony of the whole thing, is that you have to go discover the words. Now you got something where the song actually jumps and moves and makes people dance. The amount of people who, after I recorded it and put it out, have texted me, sent me messages on like fan pages or whatnot that said, "Yo, man, I love that song. It's on my workout list. It was on my workout playlist." You know what I mean? And I'm like, man, does anybody actually listen to lyrics anymore? Because I die in the song, man. You know what I mean? And I'm praying for Jesus to take me home.
So you were born and raised into a military family, spent much of your formative years in southern Italy, right?
Yeah.
Where does the Southern gospel vibe come to? How were you introduced to that, and what brought you to play that kind of music?
I mean, I have 3 very specific places that I point to. First and foremost, my grandmother put me on a piano, the piano that's still in my house, that I've had my whole life. But it was her piano at the time. And she lived over here. She lived in California, in Los Angeles, was how we ended up here. And there's a picture of it in my house, me like in a diaper and like a tank top, and her showing me old gospel music, which is all she played. That was all she played. And so she would show me these old hymns, and she would play the left and the right hand and would teach me the melody. So if we were playing something like Victory in Jesus, it was like, oh, victory Jesus, my forever. She would teach me. And I would just play it one finger that way with her.
Okay.
And I loved the rhythm of it. I loved the way it made me feel because it was like pieces of a puzzle all coming together. It was like you could see the scene before it happened. I would hear it in my head. First time she played it, I said, I got it. And I would play with her, you know? And so that was first. And so I never really sat down at the piano to learn anything. I sat down at the piano to emote. I sat down at the piano when I was mad, when I was happy, whatever it was. That's always what it was, because that was a good place for me with my grandmother.
Okay.
My mother and my father gave me very specific, like deep musical influences. My father gave me 2 places. He gave me Frank Sinatra, because he's from 3 minutes from Hoboken. And he gave me old black woman singers. Bessie Smith.
Etta James.
Billy, Etta. Yeah, all of them. Nina Simone, all of them. My mother's 10 years younger than him, so she gave me the Beatles and Motown and all that stuff. But she told me really weird things that I always remembered. Like, she gave me the band sound, like a book of their songs. From
The band?
The band.
Okay.
Music from Big Pink songbook or whatnot.
I have that.
It's a great one.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the band record in this songbook. And she said this to me. She was like, look, in life, you're going to hear about Bob Dylan, and rightfully so. Arguably the best songwriter America's produced. But don't sleep on this group. They're a good band. They're a good bunch of songwriters. And so that, like, stayed with me. So I listened to them before I actually went into Dylan, you know what I mean? She also gave me this, Leon Russell. Go listen to Leon Russell. That's a piano player, right? Those random thoughts your mother gives you throughout the day as she's making you a snack or something like that, you know? And that was it. And so those kind of things sort of started guiding me that way. And the blues is at the roots of all of those things that we're talking about.
Right.
And that's where it comes from, really, more than anything. Is the minute I discovered the blues, I had written a song or two. I was 13, really. But the minute I really, like, got into it, I didn't listen to anything for a long while, man, but the blues. Because I knew that's where all of this started. All American music came out of the blues. And if I ever meet people, and I have friends who've said to me, man, I don't really get the blues. And you always have to say, you mean you don't get sad, or you don't understand blues music? Because if that's the case, we can't be friends anymore. Like, I don't, you know, everybody gets the blues. Everybody understands that, man. You know what I mean? So it all started there, and then kind of coupled with when I moved to the States and started playing music, like almost right away. There was these cats who were the old West Coast LA jazz and blues guys who kind of reared me from 15 to like 22, 23 years old. And I would sing in their bands. I would be ushered into a bar, allowed to play a keyboard or organ or piano or whatever, or allowed to sing. Never allowed to talk, never allowed to drink, nothing like that. Just come in. We told everyone we just want you to sit here and experience what it's like. And these guys were the best. And I'm talking, these are big name guys. These are like Nat King Cole's band. This is like Louis Armstrong's nephew played drums with me for a long time. And these big names would come out and see us play. Jimmy Smith, who's like the greatest jazz organist of all time. And I met these guys when I was a kid, when I was a teenager. And it was just the way that music used to be handed down. You find somebody that you look at and you say, he's got something, let's bring him into the fold and show him how to do this as a career.
Sure.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's like, it's the farm team.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm a single A ball player at this point.
Right.
You know what I mean? But that was the big influence on me where I really started going, all right, I could do this, I think. I think I can play with them. You know what I mean? I can play with these guys. And then I started really sitting down at a piano to practice, as opposed to just sitting down to get out emotions or something like that. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Brother Sal is our guest today. You can follow him on Twitter at @TheBrotherSal. And you'll find out about gigs and records and all that stuff there. I'll notice you also brought Gibson guitar over there.
I did. I actually write on guitar. I don't write on piano that much.
Right.
Yeah.
You mentioned that. Which is interesting because most people maybe I'm wrong because I don't play piano, but I would think that because piano is a more intricate and expressive instrument, I would think that most people who play both piano and guitar write most often on the piano. And it's surprising to me to hear it's the other way around.
Here's how I look at it, man. My thing about it is this. I'm not a great guitarist. I can get by. You give me a guitar, I'll look at you, what you're doing, playing, and I can join in. This, I can do a lot with. And for me, the best songs are the simpler songs. And the guitar lends itself towards that. You know what I mean? I think I heard a John Prine interview one time who said, he likes to say this, I learned 3 chords and never learned another one because I knew that's all I needed to know, you know? And so you have to find melodies in those 3 chords and you have to find the song and the basis for the song. But for me, it was one of those things like, I've written songs on piano, but I like my songs that I write on guitar better.
Okay.
I think they're simpler. I think they're more to the point, more direct, because I can't be fancy with it. You know what I mean? Every once in a while I'll change up a tuning on a guitar or something like that. But for the most part, that works for me. Whereas this, I spend days and weeks and months trying to figure out one part, and I'm sitting there going,
yeah,
I could just play this live and figure it out.
Finishes it right.
Yeah, yeah.
Right.
That's right.
All right, Brother Sal is our guest. What do you want to switch to guitar? And
sure, you want to hear a song on guitar?
Yeah, let's do a song on guitar.
All right.
I want to remind everybody to follow us on Twitter at FOHPod and remember that every other Tuesday we are live at YouTube. And you can get that link to us. And maybe YouTube, maybe Facebook. We had a problem with YouTube last week, but we'll figure all that shit out. My name is Mike Dawson. Brother Sal is our guest. And we are front of house. What do you got, my brother?
This one is this is called That's the Crow. It's about my ex-wife. Well, the moon hung high in Missouri sky, far from the LA smoke. I was listening to the breeze blowing through the trees like a song. And you weren't there, baby, so I don't care. I walked this land just fine up on my own. Won't you take my kids in a run? I put my head up to your gun, Mama Blow. They sleep while I write these songs. The worlds collide when we talk for so long. I don't know why, I don't know why we try. Well, it's been 4 and some odd years and a backyard of tears. Thank you folks for coming, now that's our show. 'Cause I know I done you wrong, but I am a weak and my will is strong, and that's the crow, the old crow as she flies. Even now that it's the end, I still take you as my friend. No more talk, a bit of drink, and we'll retire. Little girl, please be okay. The narrow roads will guide your way through the fire. When stars they sleep, well I
God Bless America. Brother Sal is our guest here front of house. I like that song, dude, and I see what you're saying. It's easier just to keep it kind of simple, and you do something that I like to do. Is sometimes just take a walk up that E string.
Mm-hmm. Give yourself your own bass line.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm with you on that. That song, when I started writing it, I was actually on the road and driving through Missouri late night, and it was called The Moon Is My Muse. And it was really like a slow waltz, like a slow country waltz, like... You know what I mean? And I recorded a version of it with the dudes from, or one of the guys from Band of Horses.
Okay.
And another buddy of mine. And we had this old octagon organ, which is this thing from the 70s, 60s, 70s, which is amazing. Basically, they would record an orchestra on like a plastic disc, and you would press a button on the organ itself, and it would play the orchestra playing your chords. It was way out and way visionary, and not a lot of people use it. So the initial version kind of had the waltz behind it going on. It had like a snare drum and all this stuff and whatnot, and it was cool. But I knew that, again, I wanted it to be sort of like, I don't want to give you too much of my personality through the song. I'm not sad about this. The girl's one of my best friends. Do you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And I love her to death. And she's the mother of my kids and all this. It's not a sad song.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So went and re-recorded it and did a couple versions of it and wrote it in a way. And the thing that's interesting about it is my youngest son pointed out, he was like 6 or 7. He's like, Dad, on the chorus of the song, you sing a Quiet Riot melody. Mm-hmm. And I go, really? He's like, yeah. I don't know what the name is. Come on, feel the noise, right? Girls, rock your boy. We get wild, wild, right? He's sitting there singing it, and I was like, I don't know why, right? And I'm like, man, first of all, I'm doing something right that you know that. Mm-hmm. But secondly, it comes from everywhere, man. Whatever you're influenced by, you know what I'm saying?
Well, the funny thing too is you bring us indirectly to a really important part of songwriting. Katy Perry just lost a lawsuit that probably, I would imagine that Katy Perry never heard this other person's song.
Right.
But what I don't understand, people need to know, and we should know this now, there are only so many chords.
That's right.
There are only so many beats per minute.
Yeah.
And let's be honest, I know the English language is ever expanding, but they certainly haven't come out with any new words I'm going to use in a fucking song anytime soon.
No.
So you're bound to borrow.
It's that old saying, the good ones borrow, the great ones steal, right?
Oh, shit, I love that. I haven't heard that in forever. That's awesome. Yeah.
Or there's nothing new under the sun. You know what I mean? And obviously, there's all sorts of lawsuits, and rightly so. You know what I mean? Like, hey, listen, if you're going to get paid for a melody that is, who cares if it was written 200 years ago? You know what I mean? Now there's publishing companies, and they want their money.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
But, every song that I write, I could point you to the place where what I was thinking about. Mm-hmm. I did it in the first one with Tom Waits. The second one was my own thing, but there's a million juke joint songs that sound just like that one. So it's one of those things for me that I had to correct them and say, actually, that's not a Quiet Riot song. It's a Slade song. But still, you're right.
Right.
Yeah. Slade wrote it, or whoever it was. Yeah.
No, it was Slade, and actually, I had this conversation last night.
Really?
Last night, somebody was talking about how Come on, Feel the Noise is not a Quiet Riot original, and I never knew that.
Yeah. Great song. Whoever wrote it. That's the point.
That's the point.
Yeah.
Well, Sally, you got a special treat for us here on Front of House today, and a special treat for your fans. We're going to debut some new music here, right?
Yeah, I have a song that I played for a little while now with my band, and there's a recording of it, and I haven't put it out yet. The song is called Old Man, Old Hand, and I played it at shows for 7-8 years now, and I recorded it 7-8 years ago, but I haven't put it out. I haven't put this record out that has several songs that people know of mine, but never have heard the recorded version of it. There was like a little 5-minute documentary somebody shot about it, you know what I mean? But you can't hear the song. It's just like little snippets from the song. So it's called Old Man, Old Hand, and it's again about that girl that I didn't like, that I was dating back then or whatnot. And the whole thing of the song is a letter to myself. Basically, old man is my heart, and it says, let me learn to love again.
Please let me love, old man, love again. Take me to the mountain, look down on a shining sea, and show me what you wanna be, old man. Yesterday across the Rio Grande, saw my heart lying in the sand, old man. Won't you teach me how to ride again, to live a life unplanned, grasp blood with my 2 old hands, old man. Let me learn to love again.
Very well mixed and impeccably performed. The world premiere of this new song from Brother Sal and The Devil May Care. Old Man, Old Hand. Hopefully we'll be seeing that on a record from Brother Sal sometime soon. Again, my sincere apologies about all the floor noise during the interview. This show was a bear to mix. And with apologies to Brother Sal, maybe we'll have to get you back in here in the studio and do it all over again. Follow Brother Sal on the Twitter at @TheBrotherSal. And be sure to pick up his current full-length record, 2009's Blood and Dust. It's time for our front of house bonus track. We are featuring the new EP from Lovers and Poets. It's called Sugar High and up for your Grammy consideration as Dance Record of the Year, so please consider it. You can also purchase the record at Amazon. Just search for Lovers and Poets, the album called Sugar High. We're on to track number 3. This is called Here and Now. Lovers and Poets, front of house.
That you were taught, forget your fear and live for one. Let the other people stare, why should you care? Feel the fire in your heart, burning like the brightest star. All it takes is a spark to light up the dark. Tomorrow and every day that follows, it's gonna be you and me. We'll get through it our own way. We've got what it takes. Love is all we need. Nothing's gonna hold us down. Nothing's gonna stop us now. Love is gonna turn us around. We celebrate now, nothing's gonna hold us down. Nothing's gonna stop us now. Love is gonna turn us around. We celebrate the here and now. Speak up loud, don't be afraid. We weren't meant to live that way. Spread the love that's in your heart and make your mark. Whatever comes tomorrow and every day that follows, it's gonna be you and me. We'll get through it our own way. We've got what it takes. Love is all we need. Nothing's gonna hold us down. Nothing's gonna stop us now. Love is gonna turn us around. We celebrate the here and now. Nothing's gonna hold us down. Nothing's gonna stop us now. Love is gonna turn us around. We celebrate the here and now. Love is lifting us to higher ground. Lifting us to higher ground. I feel the walls coming down. The future is now. Whatever comes tomorrow and every day that follows, it's gonna be you and me. We'll get through it our own way. We've got what it takes. Love is all we need. Nothing's gonna hold us down. Nothing's gonna stop us now. Love is gonna turn us around. We celebrate the here and now, here and now.
so much to Ben and Shannon from Lovers and Poets for allowing me to feature Sugar High on Front of House. Big thanks and major props to my man, brother Sal. Sal, I love you, buddy. Hell of a show and hell of a conversation. Part 2 of the conversation and performance with my brother Sal will be up next Monday on Front of House. Until then, you know what to do. Go see a live show. Go pay a cover charge. Buy a t-shirt, buy a record, and find your new favorite band. They're out there, and they're playing in your town. See you next Music Monday. I'm Mike Dawson. This is Front of House.